Hello everybody. You may have seen in my video from about a week and a half ago, I think it's titled, my weekend splurges. I talk about, details of what my goals are of losing weight and all of that stuff. And of course, I think I go on to mention in the video that, I'm going to get myself, set up for fitness training, which I have. I started like the week before last, and so anyway, to make a long story short, this is at a fitness center here in town called The Shed, and the owner's name of it is Justin McGrary, and of course, I heard good news about, Justin. He's done wonders for my mom and my stepdad. Mom had a condition called Guillain-Barré syndrome when she was 23 years old, and took her a long time to recover. And so anyway, of course, for years, my mom, would just had a bad back, bad balance, all these other aches and pains, and what have you. Due to symptoms of the after effects of Guillain-Barré syndrome. And Justin, has about 10 years ago, Mom got involved with The Shed, with Justin, and got these exercises in. And once she kept on proceeding with the exercises, that made a world of difference. And it's done wonders with my stepdad Bruce. Helping relieve him of all his aches and pains and all his discomfort and what have you. What you get in your old age. But anyway, it being, Justin has done wonders for both Mom and Bruce. They convinced me to give him a try. So, go ahead and tell you what I've been doing. Of course, I had to, fill out, this paperwork my first day. And also, on the paperwork, I had to, fill out, of course, my name. I'm trying to remember what I had to fill out. Oh, if I have any chronic health conditions, and and also if I have all these symptoms of. Sorry y'all, I had to pause my camera. Of course, I don't have the best experience in the world of actually speaking to audiences. In the last, I guess, a few months or so, I've done way more videos, but it's actually taking me some getting used to actually, talk to an audience. It's never been really much of a people person. But anyway, going back to the paperwork, I had to, check out what my goals were, losing weight. Of course, y'all know that losing weight is definitely my goal, and also toning up my muscles, increasing my flexibility, and increasing my flexibility, and of course, helping me make more, me more agile, make my moves more defined and all that stuff. I checked all those. Of course, with my main goal of losing weight, and, of course, then I explained to Justin my goals. Of course, he knows my number one goal is to lose weight. Of course, other choices were kind of secondary. And so anyway, Justin, he also gave me, nutrition advice and all that stuff. Told me the correct way to eat, and of course, go ahead and maybe do a separate video on that, and maybe here down the road. And also to only, like, you know, he also told me to weigh myself only once a week. And so anyway, and he scheduled a day and a time that I need to weigh myself. That is on Monday mornings as soon as I get up. And Justin said, I mean, make that be my only time, because if I keep weighing myself, I'm going to drive myself pretty damn crazy with all these fluctuating readings on the scale. So anyway, I mean, I weighed myself last Monday, and of course, I mean, when I weighed myself before, my weight would fluctuate between like 236, 235, and of course, Justin weighed me at, like, you know, down to, you know, 232, and I actually had on my shoes when Justin weighed me, and all my clothes, and of course, I think Justin took 2 pounds off to put in my paperwork to figure me out at, you know, 230, considering the weights of all my clothes. So, whenever I weighed myself this Monday, the reading at first came down to, you know, 226, and I thought, well, I mean, there's some inconsistency there, of course. I mean, you know, considering, you know, the time of day, which that time it was afternoon, and this time it was the morning, and also the fact that, you know, think my clothes and shoes actually put more weight on me. They do put more weight on me than just 2 pounds, because whenever I weighed myself at 226, after I did that, I actually got off the scale, and I took my shoes off and all my clothes off and weighed myself again. And that brought my weight down all the way down to 223. And so anyway, it's confusing, because, I mean, it's of course, I was, no, I actually had my shoes off and just my clothes on when I weighed myself at, you know, 226. But, you know, with my clothes off, that took 3 pounds off and got me down to 223. And of course, I mean, which was strange, because it seems like, you know, my clothes have, like, you know, put weight on me a little bit less than that. I mean, like, you know, only, like, you know, 2 pounds instead of, like, you know, 3 pounds. And so anyway, well, I mean, so let me get on with it. Justin started me on these, you know, exercises right there in his center, and gotta do all these, you know, stretches with my legs. I mean, do some leg swinging and learn all these, you know, variety of stretches and forms of, like, push-ups, like on the Jacob's ladder. And of course, let me think, well, he actually has me walk the lap of the block first often before we start our workout, and then, you know, he'll just have me do sets of 3 of everything, which is like, you know, some of it is like, he has this plastic, air-blown, you know, dome he has me sit on, and, like, you know, position my legs, you know, bent, and do sit-ups, and, like, you know, also sit on a wooden box and go up and down, like, you know, straight, and keep my body straight to, you know, loosen up, you know, my ligaments in my legs. And of course, and he also has me lift weights out to my side and turn the weights sideways, the dumbbells, you know, as I come up, and tell you that's one of the most challenging exercises. I mean, it's coming up with weights, on both of my sides with my arms straight and going like this, and I think the weights were like 15 pounds, but 15 pounds is, of course, seems pretty heavy right now because I'm not actually used to lifting weights, on my sides, like that. And of course, I also have to get on his workbench facing down and lift weights up to my shoulders and turn them in. And sometimes it will have me do 12 times, 20 times, depending on the, a form of stretch or, a weightlifting he assigns me. But anyway, and to save time, of course, I can't go into whole details, but, I do, feel wonders on my body ever since I started working out with Justin. And I tell you, the hardest, workout Justin has given me is doing the plank. The plank called P-L-A-N-K, the plank, where you get on the ground and you just straighten up your body and have your elbows right in front of you and your legs straight out, and you actually, positioning, your feet right up on the toes and have to lift the whole upper body up while my legs are straight on my toes and, my elbows are positioned. I gotta hold for 30 seconds and, gotta do 3 sets of those just like everything else. And I'm like, damn. This exercise is a real bitch here. Gosh, I don't know if I can make 30 seconds with this, a mind-boggling technique. I mean, I barely held it the first 2 times at 30 seconds, and the third time I don't even know if can't remember if I made it to 30 seconds. I mean, I just slid back down because, goodness. Yeah, I got real worked out, Gosh, I mean, when I have trouble with these exercises, it goes to show me how out of shape, I'm in, but these exercises are very necessary for me to maintain my health and lose weight. They may be hard, but they are absolutely necessary. And what motivates me to stick with seeing Justin and taking on these, exercise forms is knowing that, they're absolutely necessary for my well-being, and that's what motivates me better. So anyway, if you all live around Athens, Tennessee and are needing a good fitness trainer, check out the center in town called The Shed. And the owner's name of it is Justin McRary. But can actually find the Shed, Google the Shed online and find its location and all that stuff and get set up. But anyway, I mean, I thought I would, show you all how, a plank is done, Bear with me. Take me a second or so to, figure it out again, so I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, I moved my tripod, position the legs to it way low to the ground and all that stuff so you could actually maybe see my body. And so anyway, I don't know how well you can see this, but we're gonna experience with the plank, and if I can remember how in the shit to do this. But anyway, I thought it would be easier instead of actually, use my, iWatch or another timer to time me. It might be easier for me to just count to 30. I mean, to limit all the anticipation and all that. Of course, it's kind of harder for me to do without Justin here encouraging me, so let's give this a whirl. Okay, elbows out in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That is one hell of the, heavy duty workout thing. Again, if you live, here in Athens or maybe the surrounding areas, and if you're wanting a better shaped body, if you're wanting to lose weight, whatever goals you may have, give the shed, a try, here in town. And, with, of course, and you'll have the owner of it as your trainer, and, there ain't, I don't really know much of anybody out there who can, knows nutrition and knows how all the proper exercise better than Justin at the shed. I mean, there are good trainers out there, don't get me wrong, but Justin is excellent. So, anyway, I mean, if you're just wanting, all these goals for yourself of like, what I just mentioned, I mean, give the shed a whirl, and the exercises may be tough for a little while till you get used to it, but it's well worth it. Trust me, I'm feeling better already. And anyway, just sharing my experience, and have a good week.